You and I both live in a first world country, and we are very fortunate and lucky to do so. Others don't have the same advantages as us. For example, people in Africa, more specifically, people in the Sub Saharan Africa. Africa is known for being the Earth's oldest and most dry land. Proceeds from extractive industries are key to the political economy of multiple African countries and the region as a whole. Sadly, they don't have the ability to receive the resources that are key to survival, while we do. Is that even fair? There are 49 countries in the sub Saharan region, and their GDP keeps growing immensely throughout the years. With such a community, sources of energy are key to survival in any country. Unfortunately, sub-Saharan Africa doesn't retrieve much of sources. According to the International Energy Agency's Africa Energy Outlook, a special report in the 2014 World Energy Outlook series, increasing entry to current forms of energy is critical to open faster economic and social development in sub-Saharan Africa. There are more than 620 million people in sub-Saharan Africa living without electricity. To add on, almost 730 million habitats rely on risky, unfit forms of cooking. The fact that a use of a solid biomass, which is composed of fuel wood and charcoal, that is heavier than all other fuels combined, and an average electricity used per capita is not enough to work a single 50-watt light bulb uninterrupted is pretty crazy. To add on, the region's energy resources are very undeveloped. Over the last 5 years, the region was considered for at least 30% of global oil and gas findings. It is home to multiple huge energy producers that includes Nigeria, Angola, and South Africa. Many big renewable energy sources with well-done and universal hydro, wind, solar, and geothermal potential have been established. Moving on, the sub-Saharan economy will grow 4 times more in size by the year 2040. The population will double, which means the population will go up to over 1.75 billion people, and the energy requirement will increase to about 80%. To add on, power renewables will grow to nearly 45% of the total region's capability. By 2040, the energy consumption per capita will still remain decreased. Almost 1 billion citizens will have access to electricity by 2040, but unfortunately, because of the increase in population growth, more than half, 1 billion, will not have access to electricity. Finally, in Africa, the cause of an estimated of 49,000 premature deaths is urban outdoor air pollution. Every day, outdoor, indoor, and air pollution affect the life and health of millions of citizens in sub-Saharan Africa. There is a connection with air pollution and poverty because since less fortunate inhabitants are exposed to increased concentrations of air pollutants, they tend to suffer more from the effects of the air. Also, children in cities that are revealed to high concentrations of air pollutants are more likely to emerge respiratory diseases, which prevents them from growing and learning. Also, it will affect them in their future. Increase in fast urbanization means a growth in economic and motorization activity, which then can lead to an enlargement in air pollution if actions are not done. In addition, the main reason of the urban air pollution is the usage of fossil fuels in transportation, industries, domestic sectors, and power generation. As well, pollutant release have indirect and direct effects on impacts on the human health, materials, agriculture, and ecosystems. To boost the sub-Saharan economy by more than 30% by 2040, there are many actions to take, such as having an additional $450 billion in power sector investment, which can help reduce power outages by half and achieve global electricity access in urban countries, and also better management of energy resources and revenues, and much more. As well as boosting economic growth, these actions bring electricity to an additional 230 million people by 2040. In the end, I hope that electricity will be a universal and global thing to everyone who is needing it. And I also wish that people in first world countries will not abuse the amount of electricity we have because there are other people who need it and it is a key to survival. So I hope and I will do what I can to give anyone the ability and resources to live a very healthy life and to get what they need.